Jamie, why are you still living in my family's house?
What kind of question is that?
Starting today, I'll be living at my parents' house again.
What? I never heard anything about how you'd be coming back here to stay with all of us. Well, I did hear something, but that was about you coming next month for a little bit. What happened to that?
Well, I have all this time on my hands right now, so I was thinking I might come sooner than planned. And when I told my mom I'd be coming, she said that you were still living in their house with them, and I was shocked. So you and my brother are still living in that house together with my parents?
Yeah, and the plan was to continue living with both your parents for the long run. And, well, we had heard about how you planned to come back here and to have your baby. But we never heard anything about how you were planning on coming back today now. I don't think the room or anything else is ready for you quite yet.
To be honest with you, I assumed you were no longer in that house, Jamie. But now it seems like things haven't changed at all, and that's just pitiful.
Huh? Pitiful? What do you mean by that? I get that your room isn't prepared for you to come yet, but that's all due to you coming a month before we had planned. So why do you have to say things are pitiful because of me? I had nothing to do with that.
You saying that you have nothing to do with it is not all right, Jamie. Are you really that irresponsible? I've already had a look at my room, and it looks like you've all just thrown all your things in there and left it like a warehouse.
Well, nobody's been living there for a long time, so we didn't want to let the room go to waste. We also all thought that you wouldn't be home until next month, so there haven't been any preparations made for you yet.
For some reason, it seems that all of you aren't as excited about me coming home as I first thought. What is with that attitude from you, Jamie? Would you stop acting like I'm not a part of this family, please? If anything, I have more of a right to this house than you or my brother do.
I'm not trying to play things off as though you're not important or not wanted here. I'm just letting you know why your room isn't ready yet, and that's all.
Is that right? Well, there was no avoiding this one, right? You must be so jealous of me.
Jealous of you? What are you going on about now?
You are infertile, right, Jamie?
What?
I'm aware that you were jealous of me because you can't have a baby of your own due to you being... But just because you're a half-baked woman doesn't mean you can keep hating on me, okay? I'm oh so sorry that I was able to get pregnant this easily right in front of your eyes.
Nobody ever said I was jealous of you for getting pregnant, Lydia. If anything, you saying something like that to me is kind of hurtful. I've actually been quite happy about hearing that you're going to have a baby soon and wanted to congratulate you on that.
That's just loads of crap. You hate the fact that I'm pregnant and you're not, and that's why this house is all turned upside down.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about? I feel like you've gone a little bit off the rails here and are just making things up about the situation.
I'm not making anything up about you and the house, as it's all right on the mark, right? But this is pretty scary. Having to live in the same house as someone like you.
Scary? What about me is so terrifying for you?
You are infertile, making you unable to bear a child, and that's made you all the more jealous of me and my baby, right? Right now, I don't feel like I can relax and live in the house well enough. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you think you can leave the house for me?
What? What are you actually talking about right now?
What's so bad about me asking something like that? I only want you gone for as long as it takes for me to have my baby and then leave this house after. Just go find some place for the next couple of months and stay there while I enjoy my time living and relaxing with my parents.
Could you please not recommend something like that to me? I don't even have any bad intention with you. So please stop thinking that I'm so jealous of you and let's just get on with us helping you move back in. Both Jack and I have no plans of leaving this house, so you're just going to have to live with that fact and learn to settle in with the rest of us here.
I don't really care about Jack having to leave the house or not. I'm only asking that you be the one to get out of the house.
You're only going to be back for a little bit to have some rest before having your baby, and you want me to leave the house during that time frame? I feel as though I'm the only one here getting shafted by your plan.
Well, it's my family's house after all. I have every right to move back into that place whenever I'd like and choose who I want to stay and who I want gone.
I am very well aware that this place is your family's home. But that kind of idea you have about your right to this place is way too self-centered.
Well, whatever. We can talk more about this when we're all at the house. I'll help you understand just the kind of place you have in this family.
My place in this family? I'm not going to be taught my position in this family by someone like you, Lydia, okay?
Are you well aware of your place in the family now?
What the hell were you thinking, Lydia? You just hit me in the face and then kicked me out of the house.
I've gone out for a bit, and before I come back, I want you to gather all your things and get out of that house. I don't even want to see your face anymore, so make it happen quickly. I am the one wanting to be back home relaxing before I give birth to my parents' grandbaby. However, all you're doing is just living there rent-free with nothing to offer them. You parasite. You have no right to be in this house.
But you have zero right using violence as a way of trying to get me to leave.
An old, infertile woman like you is a pretty scary thing to have around a pregnant woman like me.
I get it now. You can't help yourself but make fun of me all the time, and that's why things like this have started. Calling me horrible names and even assaulting me like that inside the house? You're going to regret what you've done to me. I can see that the both of us living in the house together is never going to work out now.
And that's why I just told you what has to happen? You have to leave the house because I have no desire to live in it with you. If something were to happen to me, what would I do? I'm the one carrying the most important thing to this family right now. I get that you can't have a baby, but don't you dare start taking out that stress of not being a good enough woman on me.
I have never wanted to take out any kind of stress on you. I'd really like you to stop using my infertility as the basis for all your claims about me, okay? Hitting me because of your misunderstandings of me? That's not okay, Lydia.
I'm just afraid of you since a woman with pent-up jealousy over me having a baby could do anything to hurt me, or the baby when they're born. You are really causing me a lot of fear and stress, so you're going to have to go.
I think you're better off having that baby with nobody around you.
Huh? If you're going to say something as heartless as that to me, I might just have to tell both Jack and my mom about it.
You can say whatever you'd like, but I'm your mother.
Huh? Mom?
I never thought that my own daughter would be talking to her sister-in-law that way. But I guess I really messed up raising you into someone that thinks things like that are okay.
Hold on a minute, Mom? You have a total misunderstanding of things. Were you the one that just said that to me? That I should have my baby with nobody else around? That's not very kind or motherly of you to say, okay? What's gotten into you? Are you sure that Jamie isn't saying things to you right now that's gone and made you think that I'm the bad guy here?
All she's done is shown me all the messages you both have been sending back and forth, and nothing else. I am oh so disappointed in you, Lydia.
You're disappointed in me? Oh, don't be so mean, Mom!
You're no longer going to be staying here while you get ready to have your baby.
What?
I want you to stay away from this house for the rest of your pregnancy and have that baby somewhere else. And I'm sure the only reason you've come here a month before we had all planned is because something went wrong between you and your husband. Well, you have no right taking out your frustrations on someone like Jamie, all right?
I wasn't taking out any frustrations on her, Mom!
I'm sure you had no clue about this before coming back here, but Jamie has been a huge help in maintaining financial support of this home. Your dad and I are really thankful for what she's been doing to help us.
What? Jamie has been helping you guys financially? Does she really make that much money on her own?
She sure does. But that's not the problem here, Lydia. The problem with you that's really gone and upset me today is the fact that you acted like this towards Jamie, all because she can't have a baby herself. Well, I'm not going to ever forgive your actions over some poor excuse like that. You definitely don't know this, but back when I was around your age, I had been worried myself about being infertile or not.
Huh? You were, Mom? But you still ended up having both Jack and I, right?
And that was after I went through some procedures to help with my infertility. had been married to your dad for a total of 10 years, and during that whole time, we never had any kids.
Now that you mention it, you might have hinted at some of that story a while back. Sorry, but I forgot all about that crap.
I was very thankful that after all the work that had to be put into me, I was able to have the two of you. But having to see that my own daughter is going to use infertility as the basis for acting like a complete jerk to someone else, it's heartbreaking, Lydia. I never expected that you'd be the kind of girl to do this to another woman. I'm not only heartbroken, but in complete shock now. I'm going to toss all your things out right now.
What? Mom! What do you mean you're going to toss all my things right now? Tell me! Don't you think you're taking things way over the top by doing that to me?
I'm the one taking things over the top? What are you talking about, Lydia? If you find that you don't like the sound of that, then you get your butt back here right now and get all your things and leave this once. And I want you to go up to Jamie and apologize to her for both talking to her like a complete jerk and for hitting her in the face.
What? Please, just hold on a minute, Mom. You know that I'm really close to having my baby now, right?
You have another 2 months or so, right?
I know that, but that's only a couple more months. If I'm kicked out of my own parents' house now, what am I going to do about myself and the baby? I was really excited to finally be home where you could take care of me all day and I could just sit around and enjoy my life.
Stop trying to make yourself look like the one that deserves any pampering. I'm tossing your things out of the house right now.
Hold your horses. You would never actually throw out a pregnant woman's things, right? I'm on my way back to the house right now, so please take some time to calm down and we can talk all that over again.
Your mom has already gone ahead and started throwing out all of your things. Lydia, you did a really great job getting yourself kicked out of the house.
Huh? Is this you again, Jamie? What the hell have you gotten my mom to believe all of a sudden? It's all because of you making her have a huge misunderstanding that she wants me to stay away from her house.
And it's totally fair for her to want you out of her house, right?
Huh? What the hell does all that mean? You're only starting to piss me off even more now by talking to me like that.
Say what you'd like. I never told your mom anything to make her act this way. It all happened just as your mom said. She only had a look at my phone where all the messages between you and I were displayed, and that's what set her off. Besides, you both talking down to me for being infertile and also hitting me in the face as a way of teaching me something is not what your mom finds appropriate. No mom would find that all right, actually.
Oh, come on now, Jamie. I just wanted to come home and get rid of the parasite that's been living in my parents' house. I didn't think my mom would get upset at me for trying to help her and Dad out. Honestly, the fact that you're even still living in that house with her after all these years is a complete disaster for me.
I'm not living here because I wanted a place to lay back and make your parents work for me. I'm here because I needed to be here living with them. I understand that as of right now, I don't have any kids of my own, but I've been making up for that by working my butt off all day at work, and have been using that money to help your parents in this house. Last year, Jack went without a job for a little while, and during that whole time, I had to pretty much support everyone in this house.
Huh? He didn't have a job.
And just like I thought, nobody told you about that. I mean, it shouldn't really matter that you knew about that little fact or not right now, since it's not going to change your behavior or anything.
What are you trying to say?
Last year, your brother's company that he was working for went under, and for a little bit, he had been unemployed. But even when that happened, I stepped up my game and worked even harder in order to support everyone in the house. I was allowed to live in your parents' house after all with them, so I already knew I had to work for their sake, but when he lost his job, it only added to the amount of work I needed to put in.
I never knew things like that were happening. But you're right to have never told me about that because it has nothing to do with me anyway. You're bringing up a bunch of things I never even knew about before, so how do you think that's going to help with the situation now?
I just find it hilarious, well, also sad, that while you never knew a thing about what's been going on with your family here, you tried coming home unannounced to us and then became violent with me when I was only trying to state some facts about your room. All I can think of you as now is some kind of violent and easily angered child. Luckily, I'll probably never have to deal with you again after today. I hope you do well giving birth to your baby. I'm going now.
What are you talking about? Are you just going to let me be kicked out of the house?
Excuse me?
Jamie, it's your fault that my mom is mad at me. You go and get her to stop acting like a monster and let me stay in the house again. How am I supposed to handle myself all on my own if I'm forced to leave?
Weren't you just the one that hit me in the face and told me to get out of your house a little bit ago? I can see that you totally forgot about that little fact. Seriously, Lydia, what are you trying to get at now by saying something as selfish as what you've just said? Your mom has already lost all the respect she had for you as her daughter. And I don't think you're going to get her to change her mind on wanting you gone. And in my case even, I don't want you living here with me anymore either, because I'm afraid you might try and assault me again. And just to make sure that you don't try and get any sort of revenge for what's happening to you, I'm going to call the police and tell them what you did to me.
Huh? You're going to call the police. Why are you taking things way out of proportion here?
I think that it's well within my rights to tell the police about you hitting me like that. You literally assaulted me by doing that.
Assaulted you? You were being way too overdramatic about all that. Was just giving you a little slap on the face was all to let you know I was being serious about wanting you out of the house.
I'm sure that someone like you who has trouble controlling their emotions would never be able to understand the kind of damage you just caused. But if you'd like to know just the kind of damage you did to me, you knocked out one of my teeth.
Really? It was that hard of a slap.
It wasn't even a slap. You had your fist balled up and hit me hard enough to both knock out a tooth and cut up the inside of my mouth.
Well, I never thought it'd cause that kind of damage. And what do you mean I can't control my emotions? That's expected from someone who's pregnant with a child.
Let me be clear about this, Lydia. What you've done to me today was completely uncalled for. And I think it's time you stopped using your pregnancy as an excuse for everything, because the police are sure not going to listen to that. I'm really not sure what happened with you and your husband that made you start going crazy, but no matter what it was, you are not allowed back into this house.
Hold on for just one moment, Jamie. I've been having a really tough time lately. My husband has been claiming that the baby I'm carrying isn't his own, and so he kicked me out of the house for supposedly cheating on him. That's why I actually left the house before he told me to get out in order to hopefully get him to simmer down a little. But if you guys kick me out of the house, then where else would I be able to run to?
I don't care.
What?
If you really hadn't been cheating on him, then you wouldn't have been running away, right? And honestly, I don't care about what happened over at your house with your husband. I'm only worried about how you assaulted me and knocked out a tooth of mine. I think by this point you'd be best off cutting all that crap and handing yourself in to either your husband or to the police. Now, good luck with that. I can't wait to learn how all your actions bite you in the butt here soon. In the end, Lydia's mom never did end up forgiving her for what she'd done to me, and went to Lydia's husband to find out what was going on. When talking to him, she learned that he was in the middle of filling out divorce papers and would soon no longer have to deal with Lydia. Had Lydia just told us all the situation and moved in peacefully, her mom would have been willing to care for the baby, even if it wasn't Lydia's husband's. But even with all the help she could have offered, the fact that Lydia treated me in such an awful way made it impossible for her mom to forgive her actions. And for that, she was kicked out of her parents' house with all her things and forced to leave us. Hi, Shelley. It's been far too long. Have you been doing all right for yourself?
Huh? I'm sorry, but who am I speaking to right now? It appears that I never saved your phone number if I do happen to know you, so I apologize. Are you someone that I'm related to through work?
Not at all. It's me. It's your mom.
What? Mom, did you end up changing your number?
What are you talking about, Shelley? I don't think I even had a phone back in the day, so I never even had a phone number. It really has been a long time since the last time we saw one another, right? 20 years ago or something close to that.
Huh?
By this point, you should be turning 30 here soon, or are already 30, right?
No, actually, I'm only 25 years old. Wait, are you the one from over 20 years ago that left me and Dad?
Left you? That's not something you should be saying about someone doing to anyone, okay? I never meant to leave you guys back then anyway. I had a lot of problems causing me trouble back in those days, and that's why I had to leave the house for a while.
Are you sure? Are you really Brenda?
What is up with you, Shelley? Why would you call your own mother by her first name like that? You can call me Mom, just like you called me all those years ago.
No, wait a second. What? Why would I ever call you my mom now? From what I remember and from what I've been told, you left Dad and I 20 years ago because you had a massive amount of debt, and you left Dad with it all to pay it off. You think I'd call someone that did that to my dad Mom? Why the heck are you even talking to me now anyway? You haven't even contacted me whatsoever for the past 2 decades, so why now of all times have you decided to come out of hiding? And before you answer that, tell me how the heck you even found my phone number in the first place?
Well, I came back to town and asked one of your old-time friends about you and how to contact you. And they even told me that you're married right now as well. Oh, congratulations! I'm so proud of you, Shelley. And I feel so proud to have a daughter like you.
Ah, so that's what this is all about then. So that's the reason why after 20-odd years you're coming back out and trying to get in touch with me again. I'm sure you heard all about the man I married, right?
Well, to be honest, anyone would want to get back in touch with their daughter, having heard that she got married to a CEO. Really, I need to make sure that I hold on to you more closely now. Thank God I have someone like you around for me still.
Why are you acting like I'd even want anything to do with you now? How does me getting married to my husband have anything to do with you coming back to me? I'm so thrilled to see that you're happy to be in touch with me, but that feeling is not mutual. So please leave me alone forever now.
What are you talking about, Shelley? How's about you and I start living together?
Excuse me?
I'm sure you really are thrilled to finally be hearing from your mom after 20 years, right? And for the past 20 years, I've really been begging to see you again. But I never had the chance to go out and see what kind of beautiful woman you were turning into until recently. I'm sure the reason you landed a successful man like that is because you were raised by a hottie like me and have turned out as my twin. I'm sure if you looked like your dad, you'd be a total train wreck right about now.
Stop that! Don't you dare say anything more about my dad in that way. It's because of you and your selfish behavior that Dad was forced to have to pay off so much of your debt. And I'm sure you never even thought about that back then.
And let me tell you this, Shelley. He wasn't the only one that had to go through a lot of hardships like that. I myself had a lot of problems that caused me all sorts of headaches, so stop acting like he was the only one. But listen, back then I was young and I had no other choice than to leave the house for a while. And now that I'm getting close to being in my 50s, it's time for me to settle back down and be with my family again. And that's why you should be fine with me coming to live with you, right?
No freaking thank you.
Why not? I'm asking you in the most politest way I know how.
This isn't about the way you're asking me or anything like that. I just don't want you back in my life.
I don't even think of you as my family. So there's no way you're coming to live in my house. And if you continue to beg me to let you come, saying that you want to see me so badly, I'm going to block you.
Is it really necessary for you to be so cold to your own mother? And what is this about you not thinking of me as your mother anymore?
That means that you're not my mom. And you never ever will be. I'm not even sure why you decided it was a good idea to contact me like this without at least thinking about how I'd respond to you first. But you're seriously getting on my nerves.
Are you kidding me, Shelley? I finally came around to gathering the confidence to contact you after so many long and hard years, and this is how you're going to act? Well, if this is really how you're going to treat me, then maybe I was better off never contacting you.
You're exactly right. You should have never bothered. And what's this about needing confidence anyway? Were you afraid I'd be upset with you? Because you were right to be afraid of that outcome.
No, it's just that the only reason I haven't been speaking to you at all for so long is because I never had the confidence to reach back out to you. But you have to trust me when I say that this whole time I've been thinking about you. And this time I finally thought, after sending you the first message, that this would be my chance to meet you again. Why are you giving me the cold shoulder, Shelley? You're supposed to be my daughter.
Do you think by telling me something like that about yourself, you're going to get me to feel moved by it?
What is wrong with you? You are seriously being way too rude to your own mother.
Are you sure that I'm the one being rude to you? I wasn't the one that left her 5-year-old daughter and husband while in major debt and never coming back even after a decade had passed. Now, you can stop trying to talk with me. I'm totally okay with you just leaving me alone now.
I want the two of us to become family again and rekindle what we had so long ago.
Rekindle what we had? You do realize we aren't a couple or anything, right?
When I tried getting in touch with your father, he never bothered to even respond to me. I was being so kind and everything to him when saying that I'd love to be back in the same home with him. But he never sent me a reply or even read my message to him.
I'm sure in his case he didn't want to read what you'd sent to him and has already blocked your number by now. My dad is a very cutthroat person after all.
I'm getting tired of going on about this, Shelley. Now let me come and live with you again. And please take great care of me as well. So you'd better be willing to pay back the favor.
Thank you so much for giving birth to me. There you go. I just said thank you for your hard work. Can we seriously be done here now?
What the heck is that? Let me come and live with you right now.
Can you please stop trying to force your way back into my life just so that you can have my money? You just asked me to take great care of you. In other words, you only want to be around me for my money, right?
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose so. Well, you already know what I want from you, so I'll be there soon to start living with you again. Please and thank you. And if you don't tell me your address soon, I'll just look it up or something. It's not that hard of a piece of information to find these days.
Huh? You really think it's a great idea to take things that far?
And if I have to pay someone to find you for me, I'll make sure you pay me for that fee when I arrive.
I've had enough of this, Brenda. Stop trying to act like things will turn out your way after trying all of that with me. What right do you even think you still have to be saying things like that to me? Seriously? You are nothing to me now besides a complete stranger. And even strangers know not to say things like that.
I am your mother, and that's why I'm talking to you this way. As far as I can tell, the man you've married seems to have the kind of money to help his mother-in-law get back on her feet and live a happy and fun life. So you can see now there's no other option besides letting me come live with you, right? You happened to land yourself a CEO for a husband? That's pretty dang amazing, considering how ugly you are. But I'm going to rekindle the love we had back in the day, so let me come and live with you in that house of yours right now.
Well, if you really want to talk about who my mother is, then you can talk with her about it, since she's sitting right next to me.
Huh?
Are you going to shut the hell up now after realizing that you aren't my mom anymore? Right now I'm living with my mom, and she is most definitely not someone like you. So what the actual frick are you going on about by saying you're my mom and everything?
Your mom? That woman is anything but your mom, Shelley. I'm not sure whether your dad got remarried or something else to force a woman like that into your life, but the only mother you have right now is me. So you treat me like your mother again and let me come live there with you.
No way.
Huh?
After you ran away and left us with your debt, Dad was able to find another woman to marry who took us both in as her own. And to me, she is my real mother, not you. I am thankful that you went through the hardship of giving birth to me, but besides that, you mean nothing more to me than any other stranger. Actually, I take that back. You mean less to me than most strangers.
And what do you mean she's with you right now? Are you actually letting her live with you?
I already told you that we're living in the same house together, but I guess you didn't bother reading that. She just moved in with us last week, and from here on out, she'll be staying with us forever. However, it doesn't really feel that way since my husband was able to build her own sub-house on the property. So really, she's living with us, but in a separate building. It's just nice having her live close to us, though, so that we know she's safe and can reach out to us whenever she needs anything. The whole family is all living together now, and all happy about it.
Is it really necessary for you to be so cold to your own mother? What the hell do you think you're saying to me?
What's wrong? Why are you getting so upset with me now after hearing something like that? Aren't you supposed to be all happy to see that I'm doing well? Or perhaps you're upset because you can't be here with all of us.
Stop saying things like that. I have every right to be upset about something like this. And I'm sure anyone else in my shoes would be as well. I'm supposed to be your mother, but you keep talking about that other woman as though she's your mom.
Really? I've told you multiple times now that you are not my mother and never will be, right? You haven't even seen me for the past 20 years now. So who the hell are you even? That's what I feel like asking you because I seriously have no clue about who you are or why you think it's okay to be talking to me like this. I bet if we met, I still wouldn't even be able to identify who you are.
Why do you keep talking more and more like that to me? I haven't even done anything wrong, yet you want to get the law involved?
Recently, you've been sending him a lot of emails threatening him, right?
What? Threatening him? All I've been doing recently is try and get a hold of him after 20 years have passed.
Just know that if you do anything more to us after today, my dad is going to have to act and make sure you never are seen by us again. There is literally nothing else you can do now, so just stop already. You're the idiot that decided to throw away your family 2 decades ago, so you have to live with that choice now. I don't care about the life you have to live now, but it has nothing to do with us here. Now go find somewhere else to rot away, because it won't be around us, you dying dog. After that, The desperate and anxious Brenda looked frantically for Shelley's house, and when she found it, she started to make her way over there. However, when she arrived at the gated community, she was met by security, who took her into their office. And while stuck with security, the police were called and came in to fill out a report on her. She may have left my dad with a lot of debt back when she ran away from us, but it seems as though she had even more debt now after 20 years of being on the road. And it's entirely safe to say that her life is over with now. From now on, she'll no longer be able to bother Shelley and her family, as a restraining order has been placed on her. And as for all that debt she still has, the bank-in-law will be handling that part. And I have to say, when it comes to a crazy idiot like her, it's probably the best option having the law take her away. When it comes down to her, I really am thankful that she gave birth to me. But every second after my birth, I have to say that I've hated her and will never forget what she did to my dad and I.